Hey y'all, I'm Val from Our Forever Farm, and I'm glad you're here. Today we're on part 4 of my cancer journey, and there is a reason I'm on here today. As you can tell, there's big spaces between each of these videos, and it's because different things are going on. And y'all know most of my videos are gardening or cooking because that's what I love, and my chickens. But I do want to make it very clear to follow your doctor's advice. If you're not happy with your doctor, find another doctor. This is my experience, my story. In no way will my symptoms be your symptoms. Today, we're going to recap just a little bit of the 3 videos before. And if you haven't watched those, go back there and watch them, part 1, 2, and 3. And I may seem a little scattered here and there, but it's because I just, I have certain memories that people's told me. I have certain memories that are in my heart and my mind that come up. And that's the reason I've wrote a lot of this down. So today, I'm going to be reading most of this. So forgive me for that, but this is really a good thing because hopefully I won't get sidetracked. I start out by saying, hey y'all, imagine that. But today I want to talk to you about something personal and serious. I want to talk about something that could save your life or somebody else's life. A colonoscopy, and there is a reason that we're talking about that today. So I will be 71 in January of next year. So I'm 70 now. And it was back in October of 2018 when everything changed for me. I started having lots of stomach issues. I felt very sick all the time. And here's the thing, nobody could tell me what was wrong. My blood work looked good. I was told I was anemic after the dog knocked me down. If you haven't heard that story, you can see it on the previous videos. But I was told that I was anemic. I got to where I couldn't even walk. I was so weak. But then they gave me iron and on a regular basis, and iron helped cover up the problem. Oh, I felt great. Believe me, I had my energy back. I had my mojo back. I still have my stomach issues, but I had my energy. So the iron covered up the problem. It did not fix it. And we didn't go any further. I even went to the doctor with a tiny pain in my rib, my right rib. Tiny, I'm talking fingertip tiny. Like I say, my symptoms and your symptoms will be totally different. This was my symptoms. And that just lasted a couple of nights. It kept me up all night. But I went to the doctor with a tiny pain and I asked for a mammogram. I knew what it was. I had it figured out. I thought, you've got breast cancer. But yet, it came back normal. It's crazy. I felt like I was losing my mind. No one could see what I was feeling. Notice how I wrote that statement. Nobody could see how I was feeling. I didn't say they felt how I was feeling. Nobody could see how I was feeling. But I knew something was wrong. And I want you to hear me when I say this to you, and I've said it on the other videos. You are the only person that knows your body. Do not ignore any symptoms. Don't let others ignore it either. That's so important. You are the only person that knows your body. From January to October in 2018, I kept pushing, praying, and finally, I just snapped. I knew I was at the end. I knew something had to be done. So I called the doctor. I left a voicemail, and I begged them. And when I say begged, I cried. I said, I'm going to die. Something's wrong. Please help me. That's when they finally ordered a colonoscopy. And let me tell you, I was terrified. I had never had a colonoscopy, but I wanted it done. I did. I wasn't afraid necessarily of what they would find. I already knew something was wrong. I knew that. I know my own body. Believe me, I've learned that lesson. But I was scared of the procedure. And I remember me and Sweet Hunter talking about it years ago, and we said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. In other words, if you're not having colon problems, don't go get a colonoscopy. But I totally disagree with that now. First of all, the doctor took me serious on that phone call. It was a voicemail. They took me serious. They immediately called in the drink that I was to drink and to prepare for my colonoscopy. 2 days later, I was having a colonoscopy. I remember that Sweet Hunter had something planned. It was very, something he did every year. And I did not want to tell him I was getting a colonoscopy on that Friday because that messed his plans up. And I thought, could somebody else take me? But he would never let that happen. And he did take me. I remember walking down the hallway looking back at Sweet Hunter when they called my name. If you don't know who Sweet Hunter is, he's my husband, my rock. And I was so scared. And doing that by myself, I was more scared. But they gave me something to calm down because I was so nervous. And I remember asking the lady that was going to do the colonoscopy, I said, please, can you give me something to calm down? I said, I've never done this before. And I may be older, but I was terrified. She did. She called and got me a pill. But she said, you don't have anything to worry about. Well, she didn't know my body. I did, but she was fixing to find out. Well, they did the colonoscopy. They actually had an endoscopy and a colonoscopy scheduled. When they did the colonoscopy, they found a very large tumor. And that's when everything stopped. So I didn't get an endoscopy. And that's when everything started to make sense. Now, yes, I was asleep, so don't think you won't be asleep. But it was so chaotic in there. Whatever they gave me, I remember them saying, whoa, we can't go any further. I didn't feel anything. I didn't hurt. Actually, it's the best sleep you'll ever have, to be honest. But I do remember the chaos in the room. And other than that, that's all I remember in that room. I don't remember that they found a tumor or that it was cancer or anything like that. I just knew it was chaotic. But I was diagnosed with colon cancer, stage 3C. I told you in another video how my girls said that they prayed that it would not be stage 4. And they got answers to their prayer. I didn't know to pray that. I didn't know. I was so out of it. But they prayed for me. They stood in the gap. Thank you to my girls and my husband. They removed the tumor and part of my colon. And since then, I've had a very long journey that a lot of people don't even know about. I've told different doctors about it. I'm sorry, I get upset. I've told different doctors about it. I have good days, I have bad days. Y'all know that I am a very hard worker. And on my good days, I can work rings around a lot of people. I really can. But on my bad days, I'm weak and I have stomach issues and I'm just not myself. I'm ill. But even through all of this, by the grace of God, I'm still here. And I truly believe I'm here for a reason. So I don't like telling my personal stuff. I am basically a very shy and emotional person. I know y'all may not believe that, but I really am. I'm shy, emotional, and I'm a private person. But I truly believe with all my heart that I'm supposed to be telling this. It took me almost 7 years to be able to talk about it. And like I said before, you may think it's scattered here and there, but there are reasons why I'm doing this. So today, I'm preparing for another colonoscopy. And they have an endoscopy prepared too. I never got that endoscopy in 2018 because they found that cancer first. I have been dealing with ongoing stomach issues since my surgery. But it's gotten worse, and I have some other symptoms. Now, a reminder that I had scans. My oncologist did scans just a few weeks ago, and he said, no cancer, no cancer, no cancer, no cancer. I'm expecting no cancer. We're not looking for cancer, but we're looking for something. I am asking for your prayers. More than that, I'm begging you to take care of you. This is not about me, although it sounds like it because it's my story. And it's still my ongoing story. I'm just dealing with so much. I love life. I love my family. I love my husband. I love my home. I love my gardens. I love my chickens. I love my kitties. I love my cows. I love my life. And I am living the best life on my good days. But more than anything, I'm begging you to take care of you. If you are of age where you can get a colonoscopy, I'm telling you, get one. Don't put it off like we did. If I had got one earlier, it might not have been stage 3C. Thankfully, I'm supposed to be cancer-free right now, and I'm so thankful. Also, if you're having any symptoms of any kind, push until somebody listens. Don't put it off because of fear. We did that. I also think I was in denial a lot too when I was sick before. Once I got the iron and it made me feel better, I think I was in denial. I think I knew something was wrong. I knew that I knew that I knew, but I didn't want to know that I knew that I knew. You get it? So I think a lot of it was in denial until I just come to that breaking point. Don't put anything off out of fear. We did that. Long time ago, I remember us saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But something was broken, and I had no choice but to try to get it fixed. And I nearly waited too long. That's why I'm doing these videos. So, and I want to tell you, so I'm getting ready to prepare here in about an hour. I'm going to start preparing for a colonoscopy. I'm going to drink this first little drink. It's not as bad as you think, y'all. If that's what you're scared of, if you're scared of the prep, don't be. I drink beef broth with this. I'll drink my first one here in a little while. My second one will be in the morning. Then I'll go get the endoscopy and the colonoscopy. I have never got an endoscopy, but don't let fear of the prep, don't let it stop you from getting a colonoscopy or a mammogram or a pap smear or anything, you know. Don't let it scare you. It's not as bad as they say. The fear, that's the worst thing, the fear. But you know what? Fear doesn't come from God. Fear is a liar. 2 Timothy 1:7 says, "For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and a sound mind." I absolutely love that verse. I take it everywhere I go where I'm scared. And don't think that you won't be scared. Don't think that you won't have fear. We're human. We are going to have fear. We're going to be scared. But that's where we take that verse inside our heart, inside our head, and we quote it over and over and over. I also read that the words "fear not" have been written in the Bible 365 times. That tells me that I have one fear not for every day of the year. Isn't that amazing? I think it is. While you're watching this video, I'm going to schedule it where it will be on at the time I'm actually asleep getting the endoscopy and the colonoscopy. I again ask for your prayers. I again ask you to believe and trust with me. I once again ask you to take care of yourself. I remember years ago when I was young, coming into the church and hearing the little old women stand up, raise their little hands and say, "I'm so thankful for life, health, and strength." I didn't know what that meant back then. I really didn't. Now I'm the little old woman and I'm raising my hands and I'm saying, "Thank you, Lord, for life, health, and strength." It means it all. So I'll see y'all in a couple of days. Hopefully I'll be back in my kitchen cooking. And I'll also have an update for you on my results when I get them, and hopefully some more encouragement. I pray that this helps one person. If we can help one person to go get checked, if we can help one person to be aware, if we can help one person to be proactive, then we have done our job. That is our purpose. Y'all, go cook something.